What is up and welcome back everyone. So today we're going to be working on Project Daily again. We got a few things, we actually got quite a bit of different things to do before it goes in for the tune tomorrow. So I have a list, but here's just some of the stuff. So we got to drill out the sway bar bolt that we sheared when we're taking off the evap. We have to double-sided tape the Defi controller on there. We need to check air pressure, we need to check coolant, we need to check oil, we need to check all those. And then I think we're going to go for a short drive, make sure everything's good. And I think there's about 5 more things on that list. Anyways, we're going to get on with the biggest one. So that's going to be taking off that stupid sheared bolt. So you guys know the technique by now. We're going to use these guys. These drill bits here, and we're going to start with the smallest one. We're going to take a punch a hole in it, and then essentially work our way up till we drill it out enough that we can either break it out or pry it out or something like that. So I'm going to get the stuff ready and I'll meet you on the underside of the car. So under here we have essentially that guy to drill out. So I'm going to get to it. Really, you guys know the drill and I just told you, so it's not really anything entertaining to watch. So that should be out, probably not in the snap. I would say probably in about 2 hours later. There's a bolt right up there. It's not the right way, it's not the right bolt, but it gets it done for now. If it pops out when we test drive it tonight, well, we'll have Vex fix it up. But anyways, now is to deal with that mess of hoses. So really all we got to do is get these hoses shorter, and then we're going to put a filter on them. So I'm going to get these hoses cut off. Because they don't look like there's any hose clamps. Well, you can't see them. There you go. Don't see any hose clamps in there, so I'm going to get them cut off and then I will show you where we're putting the filter. So first cut them down and trim them down so that they're out of the way, and then this guy is the one you want to focus on, this one, and then all we do is put a little tiny air filter, like get the cheapest eBay filter you can find, like this guy, and just slap it on there. And then once that filter's on, you're pretty much done back here. Just make sure it's not gonna fall off. But you're gonna have to route these lines somewhere, or these electrical lines. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna zip tie them onto here, and then zip tie it on here. And then we're all done with the evap delete, and we have so much more room. There we go, everything is done back here. Well, I gotta fix these rust patches eventually, but we'll do that later. It's not required for the tune, I guess. There's our evap delete, and then all the charcoal canister is gone. All we have is a breather for the fuel tank, and then we have it run down, and we just have our electrical there. I could easily just cut it off, but I'm just leaving it. I don't want to mess with it too bad. But I think we're on to the next step. We have a few things before we go for a drive. One, the most important, because, well, it's getting a little bit colder, is I'm gonna wash Project Daily. Our pressure washer is broken, so it's not gonna be a very good wash, but we're just gonna wash it down, get all of the dirt off. I'm gonna use a foam cannon, and then we'll probably end up just spraying it off. I probably won't even use a glove, or just use a glove very quickly, just because it is so dirty, it's kind of hard to see out the windows. So we're gonna do that. I have a list here, so we'll do that. We'll check the air pressure, and then we will fill it up with some more coolant, and then I think we're gonna go for a drive. Have an hour and a half to do that. I think we can do it. Just like that, Project Daily is now clean. Well, kind of clean. Actually, it came out really clean because we still have that beautiful coating on it of Colonnade 845 and not CarPro. There's some other stuff we put on. You have to watch the video. Anyways, it's looking pretty good. As you guys seen in that video, I thought I was clever using the air compressor to blow it off. It kind of worked. Honestly, it didn't work 100%, but you know what? It dried it off pretty well. It's better than scratching the paint and so forth, but probably won't be doing that next time just because it uses so much air. Anyways, the next thing is filling the tires with air, even though I think they're pretty good. We set them at 32 because we're gonna autocross them. So if they're a little bit higher, I might set them 35, and then I think that's good. And then we're almost done. As you can tell, it's getting dark, so I'm kind of racing against time. So the tires are going to be done in, and there we go. The air pressure is all done up on the car, so really the last thing we have left now is to do the stuff in the engine bay, so check the coolant or fill it up, it's going to need more, check the oil, and then we're going to tape down the Defi controller and get the water meth hose, at least the back seat, and then we should be good to go. So I think the next thing is I'm going to pop the hood, and we're going to check the fluids and stuff, and then we'll work in the car, and we should be good to go after that. Done and done. So all we got to do is remove the meth hose and tape down the Defi control panel. So we'll jump inside the car. Okay, so the things we're gonna do here is remove this line here. So all we gotta do is remove this trim, and then I think it goes under the rug. So that trim piece is taken off, and as you can see, it's ran along here. I wonder if I can get to the one in the back, because if I can just remove it all, that'd be great. Oh, how convenient, these just pop off. So, go like this, and then pull it through. I think we can actually just pull it through the trunk. And that would make our lives a lot easier and just put it in the trunk. So this is our hose. Let's see. That is not our hose. This is our hose. That can just sit in there for now. I don't really care too much about it. We can cut it off and take the rest of the pump out. But now that we got it off, we can tuck these wires back and put the trim piece back, which I don't know how it goes, so let me figure that one out. And then that trim piece is all put back on, and then go over here and put this guy back on. Now for some double-sided tape, and then we're all done, guys. Where did I put it? This workbench is a mess. Haha. Okay, I'm gonna tape this on inside and we'll be all good to go. I'm letting it warm up as we tape it on, so we'll tape this on and then we'll be good to go, guys. Oh yeah, check out those pretty gauges. Also, only one of my headlights works. There we go, that's all taped down, so I'm just gonna let it warm up for a little bit more and then we'll go for a drive. I fixed the headlights, they're working, so it turns out it was just wired the wrong way. So guys, it's time to go for a celebratory cruise. Not a very fast one, not a very quick one, just for a little cruise while we get everything. I'm trying to burn some more gas, honestly. But we were gonna go for a cruise. I can't drive very hard because it's not tuned, and well, we're warmed up now, so that's all good, but everything seems to be running absolutely great. So yeah, let's go for a cruise. There is feedback knock. That's just because, well, it's so old. It's old gas. It's just, yeah, there's a lot of factors that are into that. But if we look, temperature's fine. We haven't overheated. The oil temperature, I don't know what's the normal oil temperature. So we're just kind of cruising with whatever it says. Oil pressure seems to be pretty standard and good. Fuel pressure, all fine and dandy. So we're gonna go for a nice little cruise, guys. I'm gonna probably shut off the camera for a bit because it's almost dead, but we'll catch up in a minute. So right now I'm just being careful to watch everything. I've probably been driving for like 10-15 minutes. Coolant's actually below temps because we got the aluminum rad and it's free, so that's good to hear. Oil pressure is still good. Our oil temperature is 90 degrees Celsius, which I believe is about normal. Our fuel pressure is good. Everything is looking good, and it's making some wonderful noises. That new intake is absolutely magical, guys. Actually, I'm not gonna turn here. It's absolutely magical. You can hear the turbo spool, even though I'm not getting it to boost. I've hit -1 PSI, so I'm making sure not to take it in the boost. I'm also making sure to watch feedback knock, just because, well, don't want to push it. It's got all these different mods that should be tuned, so we're just kind of taking it easy, doing a little shakedown. Once we get back, we'll put it in the garage, just check coolant and stuff, and that'll be the end of the video. So I'm gonna get back to watching everything. Just a little check up here. Once we get everything running great, we're gonna do a little sound recording on this, and I'll show you guys how amazing this intake sounds. It's the best intake noises that it makes. It makes the, you can hear the recirc valve, and you can also hear the spool. It's just the best thing ever. But I'll see you guys back at the garage. And there we go, we're back in the garage, guys. So another chapter of Project Daily ends tonight. So finally we can say we've got it back up and running after a long time coming. I've definitely learned a lot through this project. One thing I was saying with Adrian is, well, I didn't need to do all the stuff I've done. It's really helpful just because now I know how the systems work. I know how it works and how like hoses connect and all that fun stuff. So like it educated me a lot on how this engine works and like helped me simplify stuff. I'm already looking in how we can simplify it better. I was also asked if I would do this again. I would definitely do this again. This is one of my favorite things. I had a lot of fun doing it. Sometimes it was a little stressful, sometimes it was a little confusing, but I think it was just overall just an amazing experience. But before my battery died, I was just saying that I would definitely think about doing this again, probably later down the road, maybe putting some more fuel lines on, bigger turbo, all that fun stuff. But for this summer, we're gonna rock with this build right now. It is a lot of fun. Can't wait to go get it tuned in the next video, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, before I ramble your guys' ears off, I'm gonna end it here and, you know, peace out and stay humble.